everyone, this is your Gita with Magic Pound Crafts, and today I just wanted to show you all the goodies that I bought at a Needlework Galleria this year, and also ask for your opinion on picking some fabrics. So let's start. As you can see, majority of the items were like a big fabric collection in here, and we'll go to that and matching patterns and what I'm thinking of doing with them later. So there were a few new vendors this year, and a few vendors that usually come but did not come. I was happy to see several other ones from Europe that due to COVID, they were not able to come in the previous several years, but it happened this year. So you see, like each room had most of it one vendor, one designer or a store, and there were a couple stores, of course, that needed to take over like couple rooms, and that was great to see. So of course fabric was going out of the shelves pretty much since what, Thursday, and when I went in the Friday and Saturday, I did not get a lot to choose from, but as you can see, I picked something for that. So this is quick look what we had to us offered. And let's see, one of the new things that I know in Europe is very popular, and it's been going from Ukraine and Russia for a while now, is the wooden decorations, wooden pieces, wooden ornaments. And there's a new store in here that she's designing for these, and they have it pre-cut in here. So well, no, that's that's regular. I just got a Jim Shore gnome that my future daughter-in-law loves gnomes, so I thought I would make this, if not for this year, then for next year. And that's cute little ornaments that look almost like a food in here, right? It's so cute. So that was Mill Hill kit. I have several kits, and as you can see, they're sorry for the glare, that are several different gnomes with a tree wreath, holding gifts, and holding holly. So it would be 5 gnomes in total in this series, at least for now. They might make it more, but I got that from a store. But to go along with this gnome, actually there was a brand new vendor. Like I said, it was popular in Europe, and she ran out of this. It was most popular, I guess. It's a wine gnome. I mean, you can tell what it's gonna look like and why it was going so fast. And she didn't have the printed patterns, so I was able to then get it as a PDF pattern, and just got the wooden pre-drilled like a board in here. And you can see the name Cross Stitch Wonders, so you can kind of check that out. And there was all kinds of you can choose like on a 14 count, I believe, 18 maybe even, or like 16. So you can choose what size the counts in the holes of these wooden blank pieces you could find. So she had a whole collection of gnomes theme. And when you were if you're purchasing something, she included a pattern that, let's see, I'm just gonna show corner. It's a Cross is Crazy. Of course, you need to buy the cup wooden thing itself. So that's what's gonna be cool to go with my collection of wine bottles that I have down in the basement, long ones. So that's what's gonna be a stitch sometime, hopefully not too long. And I haven't stitched much of wooden bases, but it's sort of like stitching on a plastic canvas. Is just, it doesn't bend like a plastic canvas would. So the stitches should be laying very nicely, because you cannot pull the thread together and stuff. So you can choose different sizes, like I said, and that was cool. So that was my unexpected gnome collection in here. Then I like these Sullivan needles. They're this time I decided to buy 24. Usually I get like a 26, and it's two needles and it's ballpoint tips, so it's a big round tip. So what it does, it helps from preventing making extra holes, so like inside the fabric itself. Fabric thread, so it goes in smoother, so I like it. But I figured if I need to use more than several threads or something like that in the fabric stitching, then these bigger size 24 would make a better hole. And especially if you're playing around with like a silk threads or something like that, you don't want to that thread constantly being dragged through the hole and rubbing it. So that should prevent some of the fraying. So I decided to go with the size 24. Then of course there was wood carvings and all kinds of needle minders, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it for myself or give them my sister-in-law, who also came with me into the Needlework Galleria. That was her second year, and I think she figured out what she should expect, because if you go there first time, it might be a little bit overwhelming. That's why we're taking usually 2 days, and that's good amount for us. And so it's just the threads kind of to hang it in there if you have a couple threads, something like that. It's unfinished wood board and very lightweight, so I decided to get something like this. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or I'm gonna give it to my sister-in-law for Christmas. And then let's see, Galleria's store had these things as a samples, also different little boxes and kits that you can get. But for this one they didn't have a kit, they were running out, so I would have to get everything myself. And what I liked is that you can see, you know, in person what it would look like. And Teresa Vitali by MTV Designs, there were quite few MTV Design little thingies sitting there, 3D. And you can see there is a little scissor fob and to push stick needles, and a little box that opens up in there and you can tie it with the strings. So that's kind of cute. I don't know when I'm gonna get to that, but eventually sometime I'll get it, because you know, how many walls can you cover up with the stitching, correct? Right. So that's one. And then I saw this in one of the shops, and it was stitched on 24 5 count over one, so it was a small little pillow, very very cute looking, and I liked it more than on a bigger size pillow, so I figured I would go also with the smaller size. And it's When Santa's Away, the mice will play. There were several different this theme of little pillows patterns happening, or I could say patterns, because you can make it into the frame. But there's like a little felt in there too. You can stick anything in it. So decided to go with that. I did not get any floss or anything like that. Figured fabric can be picked, something, although it says 28 count, but it was stitched what I think this was stitched over one, so it's a very big picture, but I like how it looked on a 25. So once I decide to stitch on that, I guess I'll figure out what count I want to, but I thought that was kind of cute, a small little thingy. That. Then since my son is planning to get married, and I got approval of his bride, so I want to make these little confection little pillows, biscornus, and each of them can be lifted at separately. So the bottom one can be for a ring bearer to keep it, and then you just stack it on a side, and there's the bottom parts too, not just the little simple tops. So it was something new in Meridian Designs, and she had a kit with the topper, this flower topper in here. So I mean, I have the B5200 threads and stuff, but I wanted to get that topper, so I got that as a kit. So, and that could be, you know, left for later as a room decoration too. So that's, I thought that's nice idea. So I'll have to stitch it in 2023, at least in the beginning, to finish by the what, maybe summertime, my goal, and then I'll have to FFO it too if I want to look like this. So that was very cute thing, and simple, and roses. I mean, you can change roses colors, I guess, if you wanted to, or put any flower, but I thought the idea itself is kind of cute. And to go with that, I kind of like these. It's by Ori TM, and she has so far only part one, and part two is gonna come out a little bit later. But you can, I figured I can make those also sitting maybe around the cake or something like that. And those little cakes for different occasions, of course, you know, it's a monthly cakes, but you can do them also separately, which I like that idea too. You know, romantic is like February in there. So they looked very cute, very neat, and I just got a pattern too from her, and we'll see when I'll be able to stitch. Probably again next year. Quaker's cakes. Is that 200 or Zoo? I can't figure out. So it was stitched on 32 count parchment by Big Dye Works. I don't know if I'm gonna pick exact same fabric, but we'll see, because sometimes the Wigs Dye Works, they don't recommend washing the fabric, and I might replace it with something else. So that would be from our patterns. And another thing I got as a kit, because you know the kits are so easy, and it was very nicely tied, the bag with the ribbon in here too. I untied it, and you know that I have several Giulia Punti Antici, I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, dolls, and I figured this is something also in that theme, you know, could be sitting next to a doll. I have a couple of her like a berries too that I bought, I believe last year or something. Also haven't done it, but it's in the future, so you can put like a felt on the bottom, and maybe put the beads on it or something to hold it. But that's a whole Christmas sewing set that you can do like that. So I bought that, and bought also this wool fabric. I figured for any occasion, I mean, that's very versatile color, and it's wool pieces for those little small things that I want to do, like for backing in here, or even like for the pillow backing, if I want to do that. I didn't have a lot of wool fabric like this, and looks like it's over dyed slightly, so I think that's gonna be looking cool. And there's the fall colors that I have, one Thanksgiving one that I haven't not FFO'd yet, so I think that will be perfect. So I got from them too. Next I saw this and I thought, this is me, you know. I have powder room bathroom that is sea themed, and of course, you know, you see the lighthouses carved in here, and they had this pattern that's in as a kit, like here. It's stitched, it says on 28 count memory by Picture This Plus, and is 82 by 90 in the height. So you stitch on the top in here. They had a sample, and I fell in love with that little box. I thought that would go well with my sea themed. The whole area, you can see, you can open up the box, so that's a great thing. A little lightweight cute box. I have several other different boxes in bigger size from same company, same guy, and that look cool. So if you're interested in that, they have it something like this. And then let me put this aside, and we'll talk about the fabric. Okay, so I'll need your help, guys. For one thing, let's see. I have this pattern that I want to stitch, so I'm gonna be doing that with just a plain white, probably 5200 thread. And I thought, wouldn't that look great on like a night sky, like a dark night? But I can't figure out which fabric to pick. There's one slate, and it's on 32, both of them. So slate is like a very darker gray colors. probably could open up like that. And this abyss has more like a bluish greenish tones in there that you can do, I guess, under the sea or something. But this also would be good like a Halloween stuff or something similar. So I can't decide which fabric I want to stitch on this design, because I thought at first to do it over one on some count, but there's going to be some back stitching, so I'm not sure about that. That's why I got the 32 count, although it's going to be bigger because it's 209 by 285. So it's going to take me a while to do, but I can't decide on the fabric. So where did I put my white thread? Ta-da! So what do you think, guys? Should I go for abyss or should I go for the slate fabric? I would appreciate your comments below. I do not want to do the like a burgundy background in there. I thought about doing stitching itself in a different color, like changing over that thread darker or something on a lighter color, but I decided to go on a dark with the white color. So let me know for this which one would look better, because I can't decide yet. Then I got let's see, just plain rustic blue. And what I was thinking doing, and I want to see if you guys agree with me, is this. I have all ornaments hands-on design 12 days of Christmas, and I did not want to stitch on this reddish color, although I have it, but for me I think some of the colors kind of blend in more and not stand out. I don't know how it's gonna look on this a rustic blue color, but I got thinking of I think she said the fat half should be enough for all of that. So what do you guys think? Would it look good on this fabric? If you stitch on different fabric than red, can you also leave me a comment what color you picked, and it would be interesting to find out if you were happy with the different choice of fabric. I mean, red looks great, but some of the colors I think kind of get lost a little bit. So what do you think? Would that look good? All right, so that would be second. And then, of course, you always need country mocha fabric. I just got the quarter, and you know, this is the one that is like printed. On the other side, it's a plain color. So for anything, I figured it's better to have something in a stash of different colors, assortments to go. Then I thought that this might look good for this design. You know, like I know this is a little bit more darker, like I added like slight plum color in there, but I thought that was kind of similar, although this one has some blue shades in there hiding. Depends how you look at it. But the bottom is, I believe that it's going to be stitched. I haven't opened up, as you see. The bottom is going to be stitched, so what you would see is this like a sunrise, sunset. No, it is sunset. So I thought this should work. What do you think? I think it's fairly close, right? So that would be number 3 question. Then I grabbed this rainy day Ghana. It's 28 count, and it's a slight gray. I can't remember what I was planning to use that for, but something like this. Oh, also for that I have a choice that I did not purchase lately, but I have some from older stash. So it's although it's MGM Textiles and it's 28 count, but it's just a plain color. So this is more pinkish, you know, and that I also had like over dyed piece that I think is like if it was something in between those 3 kind of combined, I think it would look perfect. But I'm worrying that this color might be a little bit too much of a darkness, although I could use something like this. So what do you think? Would that be number 1, number 2, or number 3 that would work well for this one? Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's next. Let's see, did I pick on anything else? Okay, so I got some blues again because I have mirabilis, I have all other things, and this is ocean blue, uh, and just typical little splotchy blues colors. So that's a blue. And then, of course, like a seawater. But you can do, I think, not only like mermaids, but like a fairies would look good on that. I have several fairies too that I can stitch. And I thought that looks nice. And it's 28 count. Because I figured Mirabilia's look stitches at least look much better. And I'm sure the beads would look better if it's stitched on 28 count versus 32. Although 32 makes a bit smaller in the size, but the stitches feel a little bit more crowded. And the cobblestone, because you always need some kind of natural because like I'm gonna do some those out of magazines next year, little stitching ornaments, and some of them I think would look okay in these. That's what I had in mind when I was buying all this extra fabric. And then this autumn sunrise, I thought that looks great. And like Mirabilia's autumn queen or goddess of the woods, I think it would look great in here. And of course, all kinds of fairies, that would be amazing. But this one is the linen, and it's also 32 count, right? And it's called Autumn Sunrise by Silk Weavers. So I went to those guys, they always take the corner in there. I went through their fabric quite well. And then 32 count, this is different autumn leaves. I mean, you can tell that's how different. I'm sorry, this is sunrise, not leaves. So this is also like a fall colors and good for, I think, any ornaments, fairies, anything that you can figure out autumn colors. So witches can go, I think, on this one well too. So, and it's 32 count too. And then something more amaretto light, just Jaslyn regular 28 count that you can do a bunch of ornaments on. That's, and of course another like a linen, it's a dirty linen, so you can see how you can see all the way through it easily. So that's that. And I have this Zweigert 32 count. I thought about what fabric I want to stitch my thing, which is, give me a second, this one. Because I have something like a grayish color, what it was suggested, but I thought, nightish sky would look good. And plus, if I want to stitch, find the fabric that matches what I would be stitching this Santa sleigh, that it would be easier to find this than try to match the dyes, over dyed fabrics, right? So what do you think? Like I know I said that 28 count would look much better, but I can also get something like this. I think in this color, probably in 28 count. So what do you think? Did you ever stitch any of those a reindeer or this sleigh on something similar to this color, just a plain blue? And what did you think of that? Did it popped out? Did it look good? Or you would have recommended to go with something more neutral color, totally like a light creamish color? So let me know about this too, okay? So I think that's that for that. Oh, also some of those brown ones I was trying to find for a collection of Mill Hills that I have. So instead of like a perforated paper, I was trying to figure out what kind of brown color fabric I could use. There's also this one that for something could be worked on, and of course I have more in slightly more in my stash, but I couldn't figure out. So I was buying fabric to change my perforated paper, because I have, like I said, there's like, spring series, there's different series collections, and I want that. So those were my purchases. And of course, in the Galleria, we have a little room that we bring in stuff that we don't want. So it's kind of a give and take kind of place too. Of course, nobody demands that you bring something, but like last year, I brought tons of different magazines. And I found something like this. It's from a sweetheart tree, because like if you watch my videos, that I'm interested also in all kinds of specialty stitches, and you can tell in here that it's going to be something like this, because sweetheart trees done that before. And there is some leftover stuff in here, I believe. So I want to try something like that. And then like a 3D, there's only head right now. There's nothing else in there, but you have to get all kinds of fabric and extras to do. And I believe there's like pattern how to make this Santa, because I collect different types of Santas and stitch when I have one tree with just different Santa ornaments on that. So I figured something like this could look cool. Again, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but eventually it will happen. And I guess at the end of the video, I'll just put in like a slideshow of different pictures I took from some rooms. I did not do like a video walking through the rooms. It's just something that drew my attention, or like I was totally brand new for this year. And I thought, yeah, I would take pictures of that to remember, or like if I wanted to come back next day, I could just browse through my pictures and then go to that room. So what do you think, guys, of my collection of shopping this year? I thought I bought several quite different things, and I'm so glad that different designers, stores come for this Galleria, and check us out. So far, everybody was very happy. They were selling out stuff like a hotcakes, and yeah. So let me know also about which choices of the fabric you would make for any of these patterns that I've chosen, been looking for. So until the next time, this was your Gita with Magic and Crafts, and saying bye.